this building. Thank you. So this is the small bedroom.
Yes, this one, small bedroom.
Living room. Kitchen. There's a counter. Can we go to the balcony? Yeah.
Yes.
So we have a very big balcony because we are at the corner of the building, so it's like two sides, and all of the rooms looking at the balconies. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel where I talk about my life and career as a software engineer in Japan. So in this video, I'm going to be moving to a new apartment, and I want to take this chance to tell you how it is like moving in Tokyo and in Japan in general. So right now I'm living in a 1K apartment. So a little bit about apartment layout in Japan. The one room layout. So the one room layout means that you have one bedroom and one kitchen, and there will not be a walls or separate between the bedroom and the kitchen. So for one room apartments, cooking is going to be messy because the smell might stuck into your beds and stuff, so it's not really ideal. So they're giving me these cardboard boxes, and I have to box everything by myself. And for 1K apartments, K stands for kitchen, which means you will have a separator or wall and the doors between your kitchen and the bedroom, which is my current apartment. And the third layout is 1DK. So for 1DK apartments, you have a large space for dining room and kitchen, and it is separate from the bedroom. And finally is the 1LDK. So 1LDK stands for one living room, dining room, kitchen. That means you have one bedroom and it is separate from a large space which is used for living room, dining room and the kitchen. 1LDK is, I think, is the most ideal layout types for single people, or sometimes you can have two people living. And for my current apartment, which is a 1K apartment, you cannot have like more than one person living there. So I guess I need tape to steal one side of it. So usually for 1K apartment, the price is ranging from $700 to $800 on average in Tokyo. But for my apartment, I'm living in a quite central area, so my rent is much higher. So for this apartment, I'm paying about like $1,400, and it takes me about like 15 minutes to get to Shibuya. I think it's a really good trade-off. Like, you save a bunch of time of commute. And now I am moving to a 2LDK apartment, so I will have to move a bit further away from the central. It's still a nice residential area, and it's gonna take me about 30 minutes to get to work. But since I'll be working from home until next September, so I think it's not gonna be a big deal. Next things I want to talk about is renting apartments in Japan for foreigners. So if you're a foreigner and you plan to move to Japan, bear in mind that it's gonna be hard to rent an apartment if your company does not help you. Usually for company, they will have like dormitory, or they will stand out as a guarantor to have foreigner rent an apartment. Because the thing is that most landlords in Japan are not comfortable not because they are racist, but they cannot speak English very well, and sometimes they don't speak English at all. You have to find an agency that can speak English, and that's gonna be tough already. And they will have to help you to find a landlord who is like okay with renting the apartment to foreigners. Because like if you cannot speak Japanese, it's gonna be hard for them if something happened and they want to talk to you, like you cause damage to the apartment or you fail to pay the rent and they called you and they couldn't talk to you, and that's gonna be a problem. Japanese people, they are quite like risk adverse. They don't really want to take risk, so it's best that they don't allow a foreigner to rent their properties. So if you are moving to Japan, you're not married to Japanese or a person who speaks Japanese fluently, then you're gonna have a very hard time finding an apartment. I don't have a lot of things. I'm living alone, and since I'm living alone, I don't have a lot of things to pack. Mostly books and clothes and some kitchenware. So I'm using a moving company called Yamato. I should put the large book on the bottom and small one on top. Yeah, so the moving company, they have this package for moving a single person, and when you sign up for that, they will give you a bunch of boxes in the package. You can buy more cardboard box if you want, but they have a package contains of 6 small boxes and 4 big boxes for a single person moving, and I think that's pretty enough for me. Yeah, I can save. I think I can save more on a small box and use just one big box for all my books. So one other thing about moving in Japan is that if you have things that you don't want to use anymore, it's gonna be really hard for you to get rid of that. Most of the time, you won't be able to sell the thing. For things like chair or desk, and you want to throw them away, you have to make an application to the ward office. They will come over to get rid of that for you. But for bigger things like fridge, you have to pay for some company so they can come over and get it. So if your fridge is still usable, they will just pay you some money and to get that fridge, and they will sell it to someone else. But if your stuff is not usable anymore and you have to pay them to get rid of those, it's more of a hassle to move in Japan. So it's been a week since the moving. It took me a while to move all the little stuff over and organize the furniture, and I finally get almost everything settled. So let's take a house tour. So you are looking at the kitchen area, and this is the biggest kitchen I have ever seen in Japan. We have a very big sink, and it's very comfortable for me to do the dishes. And we have a little space for chopping and preparing food, and electric ovens, which is like super easy to clean. And also I bought this, it's called a vegetable chopper, but I use it for minced garlic. Usually for Japanese household, we have a little cubicle space over there for the fridge. So I'm waiting for the fridge to be in. Then I will put that microwave on top of the fridge and leave space for the counter I'm also gonna buy 2 chairs here so we can have dinner at the counter and can use the counter for dining. Next to that is the living room area, my TV and the TV shelf. This TV table is one of the most successful investment. It's so like organized. It doesn't take a lot of space and it's very like flexible to move. And here is the sofa, carpet, my sofa and the table I just bring over. But we're thinking of buying a new like corner sofa because the space here is quite big. And that is my working area. I'm planning to buy a new standing desk, so it's arriving at the end of the month. That's why I haven't unpacked the books, because after I buy the standing desk, I will need to buy a bookshelf. And I will put the bookshelf in that corner. And as you can see, the apartment is like super bright. We have like 2 sides of windows. The night view is awesome. Yeah, super spacious. Okay, let's take a look on the other rooms. So here we have bathroom. Yeah. So usually bathroom, the washing machines is usually put in the bathroom area, and then we have the sink area, giant mirrors, and this is the actual bathroom, the shower room. And as you can see, in this apartment we have this kind of bathtub where you can set the temperatures and you can set the time so it can fill the bathtub. And for Japanese people, they have this culture where they reuse the water in the bathtub between the family members. So once you fill the bathtub and you take a shower, you use this thing to cover it so it keeps the temperature, and then another family member can use the bathtub again. That culture is quite strange. I think it's not very hygiene for me to share the bathtub water, but I don't know, it's part of their culture. Okay, let's take a look at the other rooms. So as always, we have the cyberpunk toilet. In Japan, most of the time, the toilet will be separate from the bathroom. So we have like just a small space like this for the toilet. And this thing is quite different from Southeast Asia country. Even in Singapore, when I live in Singapore, the toilet and the bathroom are still together. In Vietnam also. And it's harder at first to adapt because you have to keep the toilet dry and clean. But I think after a while you get used to that because they have that electric seat toilet, so you don't need water anymore. And I think that's quite convenient. It's one of the bedrooms, so I move my stuff to this bedroom first. So we have like there's a window. That's the door that can go to the balcony. I have my futon over there, and I don't know where to put it. Also my suitcase. Yeah, maybe I'm thinking of like, I think I'll buy like some cover and put the suitcase on the balcony. And on this side we have another bedroom. So this bedroom is a bigger one. My girlfriend will move into this bedroom because she has more stuff. This one is brighter. It has a bigger window. So this apartment doesn't have lights either. And you have to buy the lights and install it yourself. It also doesn't have the aircon. So you need to also buy your own aircon and install it. And I think that's the thing of most Japanese apartments, that you have to buy everything yourself. For example, for this one in the living room, they have an aircon installed for you, but the other 2 bedrooms there's no aircon. So that's it for my video of moving in Japan. So in my experience, it's quite a hassle to move in Japan. So people usually consider a lot when they want to move. And it's quite expensive too, because I pay around like $800 for the moving company. And after that, you have to buy furniture for your apartment also. And you have to pay money to throw away things that you don't use anymore. I think everything is in Japan is not very straightforward, and there are a lot of procedures that you have to go through. And before you move out to your old apartment, you have to tell the city office that you are moving out. And once you're moving in new apartment, you have to tell them you're moving in either, so that they can update your residential status. And yeah, and this is all done by paper. You have to be there. You have to be at the office to do that. And this takes some time. So like, even though Japan is a very like technical developed country, a lot of things are still very traditional. They still prefer using paperwork over like internet or electricity stuff. So I hope this video gives you a sense of how it is to move in Japan. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.